Bali, Bodhi, and My Beloved. Chapter 1. The air smelled of jasmine and sunscreen, mingling with the thick, humid breeze sweeping in from the Balinese jungle. Birds chirped melodiously overhead, and somewhere far off, a gamelan ensemble gently played its rhythmic chimes. It should have been relaxing, serene, blissful. But for Daniel Carter, this was a living nightmare. "Take a deep breath in through your nose," the instructor cooed, her voice as soft as silk. "Feel your lungs expand. Hold for 3 counts. Daniel obeyed reluctantly, inhaling a lungful of humid air tinged with something herbal. He immediately coughed, which earned him a concerned glance from his sister Zoe on the next mat over. She mouthed, "Relax, Danny," as if that were physically possible. The yoga instructor continued, her smile serene and wide. "Exhale slowly. Let go of all tension. Let your body melt into the earth." Daniel did not melt. He stiffened. He shifted on the thin mat, feeling naked in his hastily bought yoga gear, a thin cotton shirt and shorts that kept riding up his thighs. He glanced around. Everyone else in the class was perfectly poised. Young women in matching pastel activewear, a few ultra-fit guys with man buns, and even an elderly couple who looked more limber than he ever had in his life. And then there was the instructor, her. "Now let's flow into downward-facing dog," she announced. Long, sun-kissed brown hair swept into a loose braid, barely there makeup that somehow enhanced her bright hazel eyes. Daniel blinked at her. She looked like she'd stepped out of a wellness magazine. A smile so effortlessly peaceful it was almost infuriating. And of course, her name was Luna. Luna. Of course. Daniel grudgingly got into the downward dog position, or tried to. His hamstrings screamed in protest. His arms wobbled. His palms slid a little on the mat as sweat already began to bead on his forehead. "This is not a natural position," he muttered under his breath. "Everything okay, sir?" Luna's voice floated over. She was suddenly beside him, graceful as a cat, crouching to adjust his stance. "I'm fine," he grunted. "Just breathe," she said, gently pressing on his hips to tilt him into proper alignment. His muscles nearly spasmed. "You carry a lot of tension in your shoulders." "That's called being employed," Daniel deadpanned. She let out a light laugh. "I see, a workaholic." "I'm on vacation," he replied, emphasizing the word like an accusation. "And yet, here you are in my yoga class. Life has a sense of humor, doesn't it?" she said with a teasing grin. Daniel gave a half smile despite himself. It wasn't his idea to be here, of course. His sister had booked the mind-body retreat as a gift to help him de-stress from his high-pressure law firm job in New York. So far, it was having the opposite effect. "All right, class," Luna continued, standing back up with fluid ease. "Flow into plank position." Daniel groaned audibly. "That's the spirit," Luna said, her eyes sparkling with amusement as she walked past him. The next 30 minutes were pure torture. Warrior poses, eagle twists, balancing acts that seemed scientifically designed to humiliate him. Each time Luna came around to correct his posture, she did so with an encouraging smile, her touch gentle but confident. And each time, Daniel's annoyance warred with something else entirely, something a little dangerous. Finally, she announced, "Time for Savasana. Lie down flat on your mat, palms open to the sky, close your eyes." Daniel didn't need to be told twice. He collapsed like a felled tree, eyes shut, lungs heaving. Luna's voice softened further. "Let the earth support you. Release all judgment. Surrender." For the first time since the class started, Daniel felt his body relax. Not entirely, but enough. The sounds of the jungle returned to his awareness. Birds, distant waves, the gentle rustle of palm fronds. And then he heard a whisper near his ear. "You survived," Luna said playfully. His eyes popped open to find her crouching next to him again, smiling. "Technically," he said. "You know," she said, tilting her head, For someone who clearly hates yoga, you're remarkably determined. I don't hate yoga, Daniel protested weakly. You hate me teaching you yoga, she corrected, grinning wider. That might be more accurate. Well, she said, standing up, you're welcome to join tomorrow's sunrise session. The view is spectacular. Less painful. I'll think about it, Daniel said. And by think, I mean avoid entirely. She laughed, light and musical. We'll see. As the class ended, people rolled up their mats and offered each other peaceful farewells. Zoe approached him, smug. You didn't die, she said brightly. Not for lack of trying. Admit it, that wasn't so bad. Daniel glanced toward Luna, who was chatting with a few other students. She caught his gaze and winked. He looked back at Zoe. It was awful. But Zoe didn't miss the faint smile tugging at the corner of his mouth. Later that evening, as Daniel sipped a cold bintang beer on the resort terrace, he found his thoughts drifting back to the yoga class, to her. To that infuriatingly serene smile, the quick wit, the easy way she'd read him within 5 minutes. He told himself it was just the novelty of the setting, the tropical air, the vacation brain, nothing serious. Because the truth was, he didn't even know who he was right now. Not really. Not beneath the sarcasm and the jet lag and the too tight tension in his shoulders. He wasn't sure if he was healing or hiding, and the last thing he needed was to get tangled up with someone like her while he was still trying to find his shape again. And yet, when Zoe handed him the schedule for tomorrow's activities, his eyes involuntarily scanned for one entry. 6 a.m., sunrise yoga with Luna. He sighed, finishing his beer. Whatever, he muttered to himself. Maybe just one more class.